Hey guys, Dumpy. It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video. It's been a couple months. I've been streaming quite a bit here on YouTube. I try to stream Minecraft weekly, somewhat. I've been slacking a little bit. But last stream I had was on my birthday. That one was Fallout New Vegas. I plan to stream more games here soon other than Minecraft. So yeah, let me know if there's any games at all that you guys would like me to play, or anything you'd like me to see play that you've seen me try out in the past. Anything at all. I want to try out maybe more Fallout games, Project Zomboid, 7 Days to Die. There's a couple of different survival games I'm thinking about. Essentially, I started this world in the summer of 2017. I was just a wee little lad. I was still in high school. Played up until 1.14, which was the last update that Minecraft got on the PlayStation 4 edition. At that time, the world suffered a corruption, and so I lost everything, and I was super sad. The fall of 2024, I was able to recover the world, and then I transferred it to Bedrock, uploaded it to a Realm, transferred it to my PC, and I've been streaming it and playing it ever since. So I hope you guys enjoy the world tour. I hope you guys, there's that blasted rain again. Much better, much better. Well, without further ado, let's go check out my world being 15. I've probably never poured as much effort into a single thing, into anything, as much as I've invested into this world. It's one of those things where it truly is just mine, and no one else can change or dictate how it looks, what happens, what I change on it, nothing. So this is my 2017 house. I created this right away. This was the starter base. It's kind of basic, kind of a cube, but that's Minecraft at its core. Just a basic cube. Chests used to be able to open even though that they had the slabs on top of them. The map in here used to be bugged out. It used to be the entire world turned brown. It had no texture for a while, and then updated with this in there. So let's go ahead and check out the compound. So I have some jack-o'-lanterns sitting here, some very console days, PS4 type thing, Xbox 360 type thing. This is called the compound, version 1. I wasn't very good at building. I didn't really know what to build in here, so I created a bunch of villager houses. The old villager houses that used to spawn in the world naturally. Made sure to even add a chest in there. And then down here is the basic starter farms. So the old pumpkins, how they used to come out was that they were pre-carved. These all used to be attached, and then I collected one of the pumpkins, and yeah, it updated all of the stems, and now they aren't connected, so that's not as cool. This one is, though. Not a jack-o'-lantern, though. And then we got our mushroom farm in here, and then over here there used to be potatoes, carrots, stuff like that, but now it's just beetroot. Get that junk out of my inventory. Get out of here. So I think that the first thing I will show you guys now after the starter base is the first real accomplishment, defeating the Ender Dragon. I created a shrine, Garden of Eden 2017. So this was the first dragon egg that I collected in the first dragon head. On the Legacy Edition of Minecraft, you could collect more than one dragon egg. You could reset the end and defeat the Ender Dragon as many times as you want. I do have multiple dragon eggs. It's not from duplication, it is from that. I only have 2 on display. It's the one that I got from defeating the Legacy Edition console Ender Dragon, and then the other Ender Dragon egg sits in the end. And then I think that I'll go ahead and show you guys the second compound. So this is compound version 2. This is where I hang out and spend most of my time nowadays. I added a lot of different boulders. I added 2 of my favorite trees. I love the acacia trees, how they look in the lush, more green environments, and then I love spruce trees. They're beautiful. Can anyone tell me that spruce is a bad looking tree? If you tell me otherwise, you will more likely than not get crucified in the comments. So I'm just a little bit of a fair warning there. And then this is the new compound. This is where I spend most of my time nowadays. When you first approach here to the walkway, you see these aquarium type pond looking things. We got some frogs, some fish, salmon. Over here some named ones. We got Frogbert, Mr. Pufferton, Joe Biden, and then no name Greeny Boy, Green Bean. That's your new name. Yay. And then over in here we have a little map of the surrounding area. And then over here we have two of our hounds. We got Battlehound and Warhound. These are the dogs that are kind of more so, they were throwaway dogs originally. They came with me on adventures, and I didn't care about losing them too much. I gave them armor, and then slowly, you know how it goes with Minecraft dogs. You get attached. So they both got named. This is the Mega Beacon. It's one of the prouder structures of the world. It's the colors are supposed to symbolize like the different dimensions we conquered, like the ocean, overworld, and I don't know, the sky, nether. I don't know, the sky again. I don't know. There's not many colors you can think of or scheme with. We got our cows. That's our good night bell. And then yeah, so we got cows, little mushrooms. I don't know why I didn't replace that block. I just threw that underneath there. Okay. Nice thing about the Mega Beacon is we can just jump in and out without using the fence posts at all. And then we got different mushrooms. We got dinner bone, and then yeah. Alright, and then over here we have our automatic egg collector. Every once in a while it decides to stop running for some reason. And then in here, this is the egg collection we're getting so far. Soon enough, we'll be getting different chicken variants and getting different color egg variants as well. But we only have one chicken in here because it fills up pretty quick otherwise. And there's not many uses for eggs besides a few crafting things and throwing them at your friends. And that's the real reason we collect eggs. And here we have pigs just to make sure we have all the farm animals. We have potatoes, we can breed them up, and then this has looting 3 and sharpness 4, so get as much raw pork as we want. Butchers, I believe they only buy the raw pork and they don't buy the cooked pork. And then over here, this is a crafting station. You'll see this set up quite frequently throughout my world. This is kind of a furnace array setup. We have different crafting stuff here. This is kind of hidden in here, the cartography table. Kind of blends in a little bit. Kind of looks like a cart, crafting cart. And all the wheat and different leathers and bits of materials and all sorts of stuff and junk. And then I think it's only fitting we could go ahead and follow the trail here along this chicken path and our wheat field. I wanted to fill every corner with some sort of crop and some sort of plant. And then if we make our way through here, I like these mushrooms and the end rods at the bottom. They kind of look like big mushrooms, little tiny big mushrooms. I stole this off of an IBX Toy Cat video where he does realm reviews, checks out other people's worlds. I saw this. I don't know who created it, but thank you for the idea. I took it. And then this is the title update 55. Yeah, title update 55 villager breeders. So this was far before beds and different blocks that gave the villagers their jobs. This is that when they were born with their jobs, and it was based off doors and not beds. So this thing is definitely a relic for its time. Hey, get out of here. Someone pushing me? Definitely one of the more simple relic pieces, still up there in one of the favorites. I will more than likely never get rid of this thing. It's definitely a flash to the past. Maybe I might even fix it up. Who knows? Who knows? Over here we have kind of a little miniature swamp, custom swamp. Added some mycelium. I don't know if on the Bedrock edition if mycelium still grows underwater, but on the Legacy edition mycelium grows underwater, so this is all mycelium and sand rather. And I'd like to go through and change this all into mud. I grab a water bottle and take care of that. And then this is kind of one of the few places we have mangrove trees actually hanging out. Not sure exactly what to build over here, but I do like the view from over here. And then doubling back through here, back on the chicken trail, if we head up in here, this is where we keep our sheep, the automatic sheep farm. And so you might notice there's a few different sheep missing. So my theory is as well as AFK, because every single one that's missing there is cooked mutton. So my theory is that lightning was striking down while I was AFK and killed off a lot of the sheep. So that's quite unfortunate. So yeah, cooked mutton. I lost quite a bit of sheep from AFKing. That's really unfortunate. On stream, I'll definitely have to replenish or replace all these sheep. And I do appreciate seeing the Minecraft sign, and I like the view from up here too. Got a little campfire we can sit down and hang out at. Pretty cool. And if we go ahead and fly over here, this was my first villager trading hut station area thingy-mabobber. The villagers all despawned as I switched over to the Bedrock edition from the Legacy, so it was kind of unfortunate, but it was a necessary change to be made to lose all the mobs. It was worth it in the end. And then we'll come down here in a minute to the mine, but this is the Zenithar Caverns. I kind of wanted to make it look more like a demon head or something demonic. I created this design back when I was about 15 years old, 15, 16. And then, yeah, this goes down to the caves, and we'll check that out in a bit here. I think we should go over to my magnum opus, the Compound V2. We're going to go over to the lower caverns of the place. So if we head down over here, that's our doorbell. And then if we check, or if we fall down, rather. This is the service room, so this is the good night noise. This is what plays when the sun goes down. And then when the sun comes up, yeah, and then we'll just play the doorbell one more time. Lovely. And then if we hop over here, we head back over to the compound here. This is the caverns where I 100% spend most of my time. This is pretty much the new house. I don't really live in a house. I kind of just sleep wherever I can find a bed. But this is the Legacy Carrot and Potato Farm. Over here we have our potatoes. So this is the first design I created where the water's kind of just sitting here, not flowing. Flows towards the middle, and then you collect all of the potatoes over here. And then same thing with carrots, but the second design, the water is over in here, so it actually does properly flow. Except when it gets stuck right here. And on top of the on top of the farm crops and all that, but this is all the carrots I have. And then the redstone is no longer functional, so rip. Over here is the crafting station. So, like I said, I have plenty of these popped up around the world. We have a couple of junk chests, barrels. We have all the different crafting stations, some armor trims, or armor sets rather. And then over here we have our automatic pumpkin farm that no longer works. It seems to lock up quite frequently. It used to work quite well back in the Legacy days. And then the automatic cactus farm, this produces more cactus than I'll ever reasonably need. All 4 of these chests are completely full to the top with cacti, so definitely don't need any more cactus. And then over here, this is the 2019 bamboo and sugarcane farms. So these run 24/7 essentially, or I guess whenever I'm on the online playing Minecraft. I try not to AFK too often. And then yeah, this is where all the bamboo is. I did trade recently quite a bit of the bamboo for sticks, and then over here is the sugarcane. And this one has a little bit more of a proper drop, and has, you can see the hopper minecart running through. And then down here is bamboo, or sugarcane rather. And if we head back up over here, we can go and check out the treasure room. Over here, the bridge goes over the missing chunk. So this used to go down to the lowest part of the world, the old bedrock. The other one over there does go down to the current lowest in the world, the current bedrock. And then I added all of these little mine shafts poking in and out and through. And then I absolutely love this part here. Play it one more time. Lovely. And then if we go over, let's see what we should check out first. Check out the map room first. So in here we have a natural, we can't really see, it's hard to see, but there's a naturally spawning swamp village in there, and then there's 2 fossils that spawned underneath the mountain there when I was mining out for sandstone, so that was pretty cool. And then over here is a locked map of Legacy Isles, so that's the small classic size world that I created. And then I locked this a while ago, so put that back here. And then I kind of like this one. This is somewhere random in my world, but I thought it was a cool looking map, so we'll put that back. And then we got a clock. And then over here is the entire classic or console sized world rather. And the reason for these weird squares is when you go from a small size world and make it a medium, you have the choice of rewriting the world edges or not, and I decided not to rewrite the edges of the world. So when you make a small size world, it's an ocean as a barrier, and this is all already preloaded, and so it kind of creates these awkward little rivers when you expand the world. So I eventually want to make these rivers all connect across the whole board there, and so you can access everywhere by boat. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's a map of my console size world. And then if we go ahead and make our way into here, this is our valuable chest room. So we got like different ores sitting here in the lava columns. This is kind of just some potions, lots of dragon's breath. This is the valuables chest. So in here, this is where I keep my best stuff, obviously. And then back in the day, so the reason for having all these dragon heads, so back in the day, you could reset the end, and every time you reset the end, it would respawn the ender dragon, and then every time you beat the ender dragon, you'd spawn an egg with it, and that was my main source of XP back then. So you could craft up golden apples or enchanted golden apples. We have different armor trims, some scoots. So yeah, different stuff there. And then this is my valuables chest, or my this is my ores chest. So different diamonds, gold, iron. Not very much netherite stuff anymore. I just did some upgrades. And then here, this is the enchanted books. So this is going to be some of the different books I like. And then also there's going to be some mending. Yeah, mending. Some of the treasure enchantments like Swift Sneak. We got some density, Frostwater, Curse of Binding. And then in here, this is Excalibur, so it has Smite and Sharpness on it. Back in the Legacy console days, a chance for a mob dropping a bugged sword wasn't out of the ordinary. Most of the time, it feels like it would have been bugged. This one, we also have some Smite and Sharpness. Just call it Bug. We have Shinonuma, which is a map I like in Black Ops 1 Zombies. It's my Smite sword. And then here's his Sharp Smite. So it's another Sharpness and Smite sword. I wish I kept more of these. And I didn't. And then we have Chainsaw 2.0, which is my Smite axe. And then the War Axe is my Sharpness one. And then Mehrunes Dagon, that's a Smite one. That's like an Elder Scrolls reference. Neptune's Revenge. And then we have our mace. Yeah, it's not enchanted or anything. So our first pickaxe I made in this world, Woody, and then Stony. That's an album I really like by Post Malone. My first enchanted pickaxe, my first diamond pickaxe that I enchanted, and then this was like my first pickaxe that I like really hung on to and kept. And then these are just some burner picks. And then in the armor chest here, we have my duplicate armor. So basically, if I ever run out or lose this armor, I can swap it out with that one. It's not really up to date anymore because, well, it's not netherite. And then over here is our blast protection. So Megaton. So that's our helmet. Big boy. That's our chest plate. Little boy for our leggings. So Big Boy and Little Boy were bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and then Megaton is a town in Fallout, and then Lancasters. That's just a type of plane. So then we got the fire protection. We got Hothead, Hellfire chestplate, Molten Greaves, and then the Hellrunners. Some of those are some Terraria references, and then I can't figure out what to name the projectile protection. If you guys can think of anything in the comments, let me know. I'm honestly stumped, and I refuse to go to AI for help. So, and then this is my first set of diamond armor. So first diamond helmet, chest plate. This was back before you could go through a grindstone and reset your enchantments. So we have some leather armor, frost walker, some bugged leggings. This is the one I take to the nether most of the time. It's fire protection, blast protection, swift sneak. What more can you ask for, really? Then we got elytras, box full of elytras. So many of those for days. And probably a good time to go through my own armor. So we got bump cap, that is protection 4, aqua infinity, respiration 3, unbreaking 3, mending. If you work at Valveline, you know what the bump cap means. Don't have a name for the netherite chest plate, just can't think of anything. Protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending, and then pantalones cagados. Please forgive me, I'm a white boy, I can't pronounce many things in my own language. Protection 4, sneaking 3, unbreaking 3 with mending, and then Hermes boots, depth strider 3, protection 4, feather falling 4, soul speed 3, unbreaking 3, and mending. And then we have pew pew, which is our power 4 bow. We got all reliable, which is my fortune pickaxe, which I've had since the early days. Silcomer, which is my first silk touch pickaxe ever, so this thing is near and dear to my heart. And then we got Knight's Edge. I love Terraria, so naming things after that, it's close to my heart. That's our sharpness sword. We got some knockback I wish it didn't have, but we got fire aspect, so that's pretty cool. And then this is my first elytra, the first one I grabbed in this world, so that one is also pretty near and dear to my heart. I don't take this one on adventures anymore just because bug rock, you never know if you're gonna fly into an invisible wall and lose everything. That's not very fun. Essentially, this is the storage system I find myself using most of the time nowadays. This is the one I've used since Legacy. We have cobblestone, different types of mining stuff. We have iron in here, coal in here, and then all sorts of different ores and stuff in there. Same goes for gravel and sand and all that. And this is an add-on. I made it a couple months ago. These guys always piss me off because I don't know why. On their own, they're like haunted. They want to do their own animations. But in here, this is the storage room I'm using all the time. We have all different woods and stuff, planks, more logs, and crafted stuff. We got foods, nature. We got all sorts of mob stuff, crafting stuff, shards, potteries. We got music discs, redstone, armor, tools, all this different stuff. So everything I can ask for, I can find it here. So I'll show you guys the super smelter, and then I'm going to show you guys the tree farm as well. So this part took me a very long time to mine out. I did this when I was a child, mining all this out. I love the lush caves. These flowers give off an amazing particle effect, and it is just absolutely beautiful to watch that fly around everywhere. We head down these stairs here. We can see one of our pits here. This is a chunk border that goes down to the old bedrock. We head down over here. This is our super smelter. This is not my design. This thing has been changed a couple times. This redstone here doesn't actually work on bedrock. You have to manually load all the fuel, so I'm probably going to rebuild this again, but I do like this. It's aesthetically pleasing. This hole over here next to the waterfall goes down to the new bedrock layer. It's hard to see because we have these wood pillars because I've done a lot of mining, but that goes down to the new bedrock. We got a lot of emerald ore everywhere. Head up over here. This is the vine farm I use quite frequently. We have quite a bit of cocoa beans. If you have bone meal and you bone meal these big flowers, then they turn into, or they'll drop the flower itself, and so this is how you can farm the tall flowers infinitely. And here, this is a storage system for just like backup stuff like dirt, stuff I don't want to cram my storage system with. This is a collection for the wood farm. Up here, this is a very old design. Come through here, take your pickaxe, or take your axe that I don't have right now for some reason, because I left it in the chest. You mine these all up, all of the different trees and stuff fall in there, and yeah, it's pretty efficient. I like it. I've used it a lot in the last few years. And then, yeah, this bridge heads right the way back up. Oop. Oh! And then, now I think it's only fair if I take you guys down to the mine here. Instead of falling straight down in here, we'll fly right the way back up. We'll go through the mining entrance here. Go to the Zenithar mines. Zenithar, whatevs. And then this I have not decorated at all since I was a kid. So this is block for block. Everything that was here when I was 17, 16 probably. I don't even remember anymore. It's been so long. It's been so long. I'm such a freaking old head. Over here, this is the... Well, first, let's wait to get out of the minecart. This originally was a football field that I created, and I decided, well, that's really lame. So, tore that up. Anywhere that wasn't bedrock previously, which turned into deep slate. Anywhere there wasn't bedrock previously, I turned into slabs because the slime spawns here were insane. I cannot stand... living in a swamp. The slime chunks is super annoying. Having to make everything design across slime chunks and make sure that slimes don't spawn is super annoying. And then down here, these are really probably inefficient because it's one block wide, but these are the mines that I've been using recently. I did finish having these all be minecarts, but several hours of work was deleted. I can't remember why, but it was just gone. Like 3 hours of my work was just gone. Oh, I remember. I went AFK sitting in a minecart and a slime had spawned and jumped over here and killed me. I remember that.
So I think it's probably the easiest to hop into Spectator here to show you guys all the mining that I've done. These go into the old world border back when there was one on the Legacy Edition. These go from side to side. If I hop into game mode creative here, or survival, kind of like in a block there, properly show like how far I've gone with mining these. And I don't have to worry about wasting rockets because I'm on a creative copy of the world right now to show off the world. I think that's probably the easiest way, because if I can't go in the Spectator, then oop, and then fly up here. We're actually gonna die. Holy buckets! Oh my gourd! Let's put on our chest plate. On Java, we would have died like 3 times over. And then over here is kind of like our spooky, scary Herobrine spawners. Is that Herobrine in my world? Oh my gosh. And then over here, well, if I put on my Elytra, boop. And then yeah, over here we have our double woodland mansions. Let's fly back over here and take a little nap. Back at the 2017 starter house here, one of the first things I built after clearing the mountainside here by the river was this armory. So really basic design. We got birch and cobblestone and stone, lava floors. The idea with these armor stands is that the iron nuggets can create the chain mail. This was my first nether portal. going in there is linked to the other one in the town here. I don't know why they have such a harsh link, but this is quite recent. Created a little water fountain, and for a while I was really confused on what I should build in here. It was a really empty square, but this is where I added my mega map. And so this is the map of the entire world, or the old style world. We have the double mansions, our little compound. We have the village next to our, I guess the starter house is my house. The fake desert, gold farms, all that stuff. So let's just keep going over here. This is just some more basic storage, crafting stuff. And then if we head back over here, let's check out this little boat. So I like recreating structures that already exist in the game and moving them around. So I made this boat here. I don't know if I really want to add a sail on it or not. I kind of like looking at it the way it is. Over here we kind of got some other little boats and stuff. I like how the shoreline is pretty shallow, so you can walk around here. But yeah, I created some boats. I think I found those either on Reddit or on Google. I'm sorry, didn't give credit to whoever made those, but we'll enter, or actually we'll go through the front here. This was also a tutorial that I followed when I was a kid. I didn't really know how to build. Swapped out the white wool that was here for the pale oak. I like the pale oak doors, those are probably my favorite. And then this one's really basic, more of like a little guest house, even though I play single player. I don't let anyone come onto this world. And then if we keep following this path here, this is our banner designing loom area. So in here we have all the different banner designs, different dyes and stuff. In here we have all the different dyes. And then I can't remember what's in here. Yeah, wool. And then I like on Bedrock too. You can dye the water, and then you can dye your armor and stuff after the fact. For horses and stuff, these were kind of my first horses since switching to Bedrock, because I lost all my horses and mobs and dogs and everything off the Legacy Edition. So that was quite unfortunate. This all loops around and connects to each other. Heading over here, not much decoration to this, but a little spider farm. So you sit in here AFK, and then you can just break into here. And then yeah, the spiders spawn here, fall onto here, they die, you get the string. Works alright. I mean, how much string do you realistically need? Yes, emerald trading, perhaps. Follow the ladder up here. Ahead and check out this. So we got different beehives sitting around. We got cobwebs up in the trees and beehives. Over here, there's a little bridge to the left, or you can take a right to the wall and the guard tower. We'll head over here to Sniffer Island. So this is a little buddy that just flew in here, or swam in here. He's holding an item so he doesn't despawn, and his legs are just like barely touching the water, and so he doesn't burn alive during the day, which is nice. But in here we have, oh hi, that's cool. It's my first time seeing the new chicken, but we have our sniffers in here, and this is how I've collected all of my torch flowers, and I can't remember, what are these flowers called again on the fly? I can't remember. Pitcher plants, yeah. This leads to nothing. It's kind of just a little decorated area. So you can fly over to the creeper ship here. So this is from the title update 7, I believe, tutorial world, something like that. We just got boats and a fishing rod, and in here I added a little sleeping area. So originally this was just a block on that, and I added this too. Oh yeah, and I forgot, on the tutorial Legacy Worlds you could look for music discs, and I made sure to add a music disc. I don't know if Cat's the one that was in there, but it's green, and so I figured it matches. We'll put that in there. If we fly back over here, and keep heading straight over here, This is kind of just a on-the-go storage system, just a place where we can keep some decorating stuff. We got another sniffer egg, different decorating stuff. Keep following the trail over here, and then this is kind of just an emergency little sleep place. And I got some armor on display. We got, you know, different stuff. I like how I designed this room, honestly, and it's really small too. Nice and claustrophobic. And this bridge I've redone probably like 2-3 times now. I didn't like the look of it a couple times over. Doing sideways bridges are very difficult. Yeah, this was not my most fun project I've done. Over here we have our melon and pumpkin farm. So pumpkins and melons in here. If we head over here, we have our hose in here, and then we have our axes and shears in here. And then these pumpkin ones are absolutely full, and these ones are absolutely full. So that's the reason why we got the double chests out here. I'm thinking about changing that up or doing something different, so I don't know. And then just a little bit more crafting stuff heading over here. I really wanted to make something nice before the world tour, but I couldn't think of anything. Here's Deadeye. So he just decided to pick up a bow, and so I decided to keep him because I've not really seen zombies wearing armor with bows very often, so I figured I'll keep him. This is the horse stable I made. I kind of got the inspiration just from Google Images, and took this design and made my own. So I really liked how this turned out. We have a couple different types of horses and armors and speeds, and got skeleton horses, donkeys. We got a couple named ones. We got Mullen, Harold, Jackass, a couple different ones. And then if we keep following the trail over here, well, I guess I didn't make a connecting trail here. That's okay. We have our rabbit farm, so all the different color and temperature rabbits from the cold, desert. Where's my desert rabbits? There we go. Desert rabbits, yeah, so all the different color rabbits. And then loot and all that stuff. Then if we head back over here, we'll take I think all of our bridges nearly are sideways bridges, but we'll take a little trip on our sideways bridge. And this is our naturally spawning 2017 Legacy swap hut. So I decided to keep this here, and the only thing I added was the cobweb to make it look like it's old. It hasn't been touched in a while. I like these rooted mangrove mud. I think that looks very cool for a swamp area. I added these like little brick and leaf structures for a light source. Keep following the trail over here. I built a lot of man-made swamp huts and decided to make my own little custom swamp here. The frames drop a little bit because we have fish in every single maybe some of these fish have died now, but I put fish in every single one of these holes. Man, a lot of these fish have really despawned. Yeah, I put fish in like every single water hole, even if it was like a one by. It's kind of hard to see them, but yeah, over here it'll be a lot better. It's kind of more like a jungly swamp the further we get in here, but all sorts of different animals too. We got a sniffer somewhere. He's wandering around in here. The mycelium and the rooted blocks and the cobblestone really pull this place together. I really like the mushrooms too. I want to build a swamp village in here, but I'm kind of a loss for ideas. Oh, how did you get up there? Well, I'll have to help you later. I got things to do, places to be. Back to the start again. We can either go up there, or if we go further in here, it's a little trail into a cherry blossom area. I created this originally way back in, let's see actually, Cherry Grove 2019. So I created these oak and pink wool, different trees and stuff, and then they actually went ahead and added cherry trees, so got those in here. And then we have another custom biome back here. This I might actually take down and put somewhere else because I really want this cherry grove biome to continue on over into here and around in here. So really sucks we put that work into it, but I think I'm gonna end up tearing that down. And this building right here, this is the house my little brother made way back in the day. Just want to let you know, if you're watching this, dude, finish the roof. Like, it's been like 6 years. I'm starting to think maybe you're not going to finish that thing. Heading back up these stairs, head down here. We can... I like this here. It does have a pretty nice view. So this was my second house I created. This was the castle originally. This is where I was going to pick up all my stuff and move over here. Ended up not doing so. Lived here for a little bit. Now it's become the Dibella Railway. If we take a left-hand turn over here, this was my second bedroom I ever made. I hung out up here a lot, spent a lot of my time. I put one of these dogs down here just to kind of represent the Legacy Edition dog. We had storage back here behind some glowstone, and then over here behind some pumpkins. So don't have anything in there anymore because we moved that into the main storage. Heading down this hallway is the enchanting and alchemy room. A creeper blew up here like forever ago, and I refuse to fix it. It's nostalgia now, so it ain't going nowhere anytime soon. Over here we have our enchantment area. I think purple wool is like synonymous with enchanting. Heading up here we have some blocks and some pieces missing, but this is the alchemy area. Watchtower, you can kind of see over, see, like, you can see through this little hole. Heading back down the stairs into the railway. This is kind of where we're just keeping all of our dogs and our mobs here for now. We're not gonna actually take the railway just because it's so slow, but each side goes to different places. This one goes to the end portal, Legacy Gold Farm, Chorus Fruit Farm. There we go. And then this one goes to the Man-Made Desert Pyramid Village. And we're not gonna take the railway. We're gonna fly. And a project that I want to do this year in 2025 is to add some supports to this and really decorate this thing. And then if you watch the streams at all, you know, like maybe a quarter of this is a real desert, hence like the green grass and all that. The first thing I built over here was the train station. This thing is just, it's diabolical. This thing is just, it is ugly. I don't know what I was thinking here, but nothing's going on. It's got a pretty basic design, but we got mine carts in case you want to get your ass out of here as soon as possible. I don't blame you. And then heading over here, we have our Pyramid Desert Temple. I want to build a couple more desert temples, but we got our desert village. We got our little western style house. This used to have a dark oak forest here, so we took that down. Took down the woodland mansion, turned that and converted that into this little western style town or townhouse. We got that blocked in there because these are my mending villagers and my best trading villagers. We got mending for 1 emerald in there. We keep plenty of mobs over here. We got camels, we got llamas, we got a donkey. We got all the different dog types and dog colors. We got Luna. We got all their named dogs. They've kind of all been pushed around by the iron golems and everything, but I rebuilt some of the villager houses and all that stuff. Added a little bit of my own flair and twist to some of them. I tried out the bamboo stuff. I had not really built with that previously, so yeah, built a little bamboo hut here. The villagers seem to dig it, so we'll let him back to that. Made a little blacksmith, blast furnace area. We got a little farm, cakes and pumpkins and melons. If we head over into the pyramid, it's 99 by 99. goes up 5 blocks, goes up by 3, and then goes up by 5 again. So it creates this pattern here, kind of like a Giza style pyramid. I think it's super cool. I love having it. If you want to make something big in your world that doesn't honestly take that much time, this is it. Very easy to build one of them. We don't have very much going on inside here right now, but eventually I want to build a desert style village in here too, and have like the best village trades in here, and block it off so only I can come in and out, maybe with a button. The doors will open and close, something like that. But if we head back over here, fly around, we got our tiny little baby mushroom island. We can take a little peek at the desert here. And this took quite a bit of time. A lot of time of flying back and forth, back and forth. Originally, I wanted to put the sniffers in here and have a little enclosed area, but the very little amount of grass, I figured they're just going to spend like 90% of their time in the water, so I thankfully didn't go with that, because even with the different setup I have for them now, they barely get at the grass and collect the seeds, because they're just like always in the sand area or just bouncing around in the grass or whatever they like to do. So over here we have the gold farm. I'll just show you the train station over here. So one of the last few things I built before the world became corrupt, but I'm a lot more impressed with this as a looking back as a kid. So, and this is one of the untouched chests that I had as a kid. So I refuse. I'll never pick that up. I'll never organize that. If we head down the trail over here, I like to have everything connected somewhat. We have a somewhat renovated, still kind of janky looking gold farm. So if we head up here, so 2018, very ugly gold farm. Sorry for the ugly. If we head up here, the idea of this is that you shoot one of the piglins, they all get pissed off at you, and then they fall into here. This used to work a lot better on the legacy days. There would be, like, they would just be pouring out by now, but it's a very, very inefficient now on Bedrock. But let's head down to the electrical room here. Very basic redstone. I'm not proud of this whatsoever now, but essentially this is a crusher. Oh. It's supposed to be automatic. I guess that doesn't work anymore. Essentially it's supposed to crush them. There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to like suffocate them, something like that. I remember this redstone not turning off when I like to turn it off. We'll see what happens. Oh, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Do we have any golden apples in here? In here we have some bugged swords. This one's pretty insane. All different swords with double enchantments, or where you have sharpness and smite on it. So this one's got sharpness 2 and 3 on it. Sharpness 2 and 2, 2 and 2. Got a lot of 2 and 2s. Yeah, just some pretty cool swords in here. Heading back out here, if we take a little fly around, over here we have a little chorus fruit farm. So essentially you take your infinity bow and you shoot the tops out, and the chorus fruit, like the budding chorus fruit, is that what it's called? Chorus flower. You put those down and they'll grow into these tall ones here. So and then if you cook them down, you can turn them into endstone bricks, but that was so inefficient that I decided just to keep, you know, resetting the end, like I do with the XP, or like I did with the XP back then, and I would just keep collecting the blocks. So, heading down here, it's kind of like got an ugly pillar, but it kind of like represents the chorus pillar a little bit. I don't know. It's, I haven't finished it, but you jump down here, essentially land in the water. Head over here. The nether system isn't currently working because transferring it from legacy to bedrock, that completely destroyed that. So if we take a hop in here, we can take a fly over here. So to explain what's going on here, because there's a lot of questions you're probably having. 4 end gateways that are closest to here, those are the legacy ones. And when you're respawning the end dragon in Bedrock, the pathfinding of the end dragon isn't correct, so they'll fly into the portal, and unlike Java, instead of flying into the outer islands and trying to pathfind back, it'll just despawn and be gone forever. So we had to create a system where the dragon would fly in here, get stuck, kill the dragon. Surprised Enderman's not pissed at me. This is the original egg that the Bedrock dragon dropped, so we're keeping that there as a trophy. And so instead of having I believe it's 20 gateways, we have 24 gateways, and the only way of doing that is by having the Legacy Edition, beating the end dragon 4 times, and then transferring to Bedrock, and takes quite a bit of time. Did that on stream. Took a lot of thinking on how to stop the Ender Dragon from spawning. This is the Enderman farm that I use now, and this is the enchantments that we go through. So tons of different books, different crafting stuff too. So spend a little bit of my time here recently, but very basic design I stole from online. Original creator, I do not know. I wish I could shout them out. Doing a fly around here, so I'm sure you're probably confused why these pillars are connected into each other, but essentially the Legacy Edition Minecraft pillars are in different locations of what the Bedrock ones are, and so it tries to spawn in the new ones with the old ones still there, and so they're kind of just like mashed into each other. I want to add like a lot of foliage and skulk and vines and webs, cobwebs everywhere, make it look run down, and really make this like a monument in our world, because it really does have some history to it. I made sure to sign and date the Enderman farm as well. Let's check that out. 2.8.25 Enderman farm version 1.21.51. Didn't make this thing very tall because I wasn't very confident in it working and I just wanted something faster than the skeleton farm, and it works. It's faster than the skeleton farm, so I'm very happy with it. I get a lot of use out of it, and I want to learn right now, can I switch dimensions in a different game mode? Spectator. I can not. Aw, that's unfortunate. Last few things to show off here. We're gonna head over to the boat again. So inside of the water here, there's a couple different shipwrecks I made. Added a lot of bone meal everywhere. This all used to be just dirt, sand, and gravel. It didn't look very nice, so I added a lot of kelp and made it look all pretty. So down here is the alchemy center. So this is where I do all of my alchemy currently. So different brewing stations here, different potions, all the different crafting stuff. We got, what's this, Dragon's Breath in here, empty bottles, more empty bottles. We got XP bottle, Dragon's Breath. We'll go in there in a minute. Different boxes here, so this is all oozing, poison. Let's see up here, wind charge. Is there one in here? A few of these are full. Let's see. Infestation. It's just got golden apples in it because these ones are weakness. Yep, so that's to heal. Zombie villagers. In here we got more potions and stuff. These ones jumping, water breathing, different swiftness ones. Just like lots of different potions. And over here is kind of the overstock. Kind of sitting empty here on the overstock. We'll have to do a little bit more brewing, but got lots of different storage and enchantment in here, so pretty cool. Not very symmetrical in here whatsoever, but that's what happens when you're a kid and you build it underwater. We didn't have all the different tools to build underwater back then. We had to drop gravel down and place torches to breathe underwater and all that. Over here's the Nether Wart farm, so I built this one on stream. this isn't supposed to be here. I think a block was placed up there and it was floating gravel or something. Take that down. So yeah, we have a little cave I carved out. It'll be a little bit bigger. A little bit of storage in here. Different paintings and pictures and stuff. Let's get a hand free. Get down here. Here's another wart farm that I designed myself. This one, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of, just because when you go to collect everything, it's all on the sides here, and the biggest pain in the butt is that they get stuck, or that you get stuck trying to place these back here. So you have to hold crouch and go like this, and yeah, it's really annoying to place them, and sometimes you tap the fence, and yeah, wasn't really a huge fan of that. Let's put these away. Down here, and this one I'm a lot more of a fan of. So you press this, and this harvests all the nether wart, feeds all to one collection system here, and yeah, collect your nether wart. So I think the blackstone, quartz, and the glowstone, and also there's these soul fire lanterns. Those are pretty cool too. So huge fan of those. I like how the room turned out. And then let's head back up here and show you guys the last two things in my world. Taking a swim out of our laboratory here, if we take a little fly up into our lighthouse, this was a very early creation in the world. I didn't finish it until like very late on though, so I started it early and finished it late. Pretty cool view up there though. You could see the Minecraft sign and see the creeper boats and all the other boats, and yeah. So if we head over to the railway here, fly down, the lore, the reason that these are here is because when there was a bug with the nether portals, it shit me out here instead of when I went back through the nether portal. Instead of bringing me back over there, it pushed me out here. And so I created this little shrine because it was a floating nether portal, and I was like, well, there's should be more than just a ladder going to the nether portal. So we got the shrine here, got some foxes. There used to be more than one goat. Hopefully there still is. I guess not. That's a shame. I'll have to go find another goat. Oh, perfect. We still have a goat. Amen. Bless. Following over here, this was a storage room I used for a little bit, and when I wasn't really doing projects here anymore, it became not very useful, so I up and took everything out of here and brought it back to the main storage. So maybe it'll get some use here in the future, but this was an original design that I created, and I was very proud of it back in the day, and I'm still pretty proud of it. I like it a lot. Hey, little guy. Well, we're definitely going to keep you. If anyone has a name suggestion, make sure to comment. I'll take any. To everyone that made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This has been my passion project for almost a decade now. I love this world with all my heart. For everyone that was waiting patiently for the world tour, I just want to say thank you for waiting patiently. I was in a really bad accident. I forgot a lot of things. I forgot my last name after the crash, so my ability to talk was hindered, to say the least. So I had to wait until I was recovered from that before I could do this. And long form content and talking is not really what I do anyways. I've been picking up streaming since the last video, so if you want to check in more on the world, just check in on the stream, come hang out, more the merrier. My dad just had open heart surgery, so his business I've kind of had to take over a little bit and help my mom and my sister through that, so quite a bit of family stuff. So yeah, quite a bit of things just getting in between me and the end of this video, but here it is. thank you everyone for watching. I hope that if you liked the video enough, you go ahead and like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as much as I did making it, and I'll see you in the next one. Boy!